guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Sarah Palmyra and I love chatting about skincare, makeup, and all things beauty. Today's video is very special because it is in collaboration with one of my favorite people on YouTube and in the creator space, and that is Ramón, or as you may know him, Glow by Ramón. Ramón has actually been featured on my channel before. We did a best and worst of Sephora makeup edition, products that we thought were overrated and underrated, and we have come back at it with a skincare version because that was very well received by you guys, and I absolutely love collaborating with Ramón. If you don't know who Ramón is, you should definitely check him out. I'm gonna link all of his socials below, but he is just such a fun, peppy energy, and his videos are also super detail oriented as well. He packs so much information into one short video, and it's something that I absolutely love about his channel. So if you are getting into skincare and you want to hear from a creator who has so much knowledge to give you, I believe his skin type is oily as well, so totally opposite from me, so that's great to get those opinions. And he also features a lot of K-beauty and sunscreen on his channel. So again, follow and subscribe to Ramón's channels. They will be listed down below. But without further ado, let's get into today's video, which is going to be about the products that I think are overrated at Sephora and underrated at Sephora when it comes to skincare. So for those of you who don't know, I actually used to be a skincare specialist at Sephora, and I was actually the person who would help you curate your best routine there, and I would give perk facials, and it was overall such a wonderful time. I absolutely loved my job, and working there I got to try so many products. I'm not even joking, you guys. I probably tried almost every single product that we carried at that time, and now as a skincare content creator, I try out so many products as well. So I am here to help you save your money. I'm gonna tell you which products I think are absolutely not worth the money. Save your money, do not get them. And then I'm gonna tell you some hidden gems that you may not know about, or maybe you already do know about them. So without further ado, let's get into the products that I feel are overrated, and I don't think that you should buy them at all. First up, and this may shock many of you, but please don't dislike this video just yet. This is the Farmacy Green Clean Melt Away Makeup Cleansing Balm. This even won a Allure Best of Beauty Award in 2017. So I know a lot of you like it. I know it's really popular, but for me, in my opinion, I think it is overhyped, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, it's a little bit pricey. You get 1.7 fluid ounces, and I feel like it's around the $30-something mark. And I personally found it very irritating. It contains papaya enzymes in here, much like the Glow Recipe Cleansing Balm. And the reason skincare companies do this is to essentially add a little bit of exfoliation properties in there to make sure that all of your makeup is really gone and that it removes all traces of dirt. Now, while this emulsifies beautifully and it melts my makeup off very beautifully, I found it extremely irritating, and I think it's due to the amount of essential oils in here. This has quite a bit of fragrance. I think what really upset me and upset my skin basically was the high amount of lime oil and citrus oils. And I don't like to see a high amount of citrus oils in products because it really increases your skin's photosensitivity to the sun. So it's going to essentially make it easier for you to burn. And I know this is a wash-off product, but I think that the essential oils in here was what kind of irritated my skin. So even though this product markets itself as super clean, it's paraben-free, formaldehyde-free, you still gotta watch out for those essential oils because oftentimes they can lead to irritation. And for me personally, I actually developed really red dry patches all over my skin, and so this product didn't work out for me. But beyond that, I actually feel like it's really pricey, and I went through it really quickly, so I didn't think it was a good value for the money. If you want to see a video on my very best cleansers of 2020, I highly recommend that you check that out. I will have it linked up here, but I did go over my favorite oil-based cleansers, and this was not in there. Spoiler alert. All right, and for the next few products, I actually do not have them on hand because if I don't like a product, I usually re-gift it. I give it away, so I will pop the screenshot of the product here. But the second product I want to talk about is the Drunk Elephant Firma Vitamin C Day Serum. Again, another product that has won an Allure Best of Beauty Award, and this is a pricey vitamin C serum at $80 for 1 fluid ounce, which is extremely expensive. In general, I will tell you, I find Drunk Elephant's entire skincare line to be so heavily marketed that you almost forget how overpriced it is for what you're getting. This is a vitamin C serum, and it's formulated with ascorbic acid, which, as you guys may know, it is the most potent form of vitamin C, but it's also really, really tricky to stabilize. So in here you have an opaque bottle and an airtight bottle with a pump, which I really like to see. But in my experience, I have found that this serum not only smells awful, it smells like hot dogs, which is really, really weird. But once I tell you, I bet you that you won't be able to unsmell it. But it also oxidizes so quickly. And that really is my gripe with the product itself. Even though it comes in airtight packaging and an opaque bottle, which is what you'd like to see, I noticed that the color changes from kind of yellowy to dark orange so quickly. And that is a huge problem because you are wasting so much product. Once a ascorbic-based vitamin C serum oxidizes, not only does it lose its efficacy and ability to really work well on the skin, but it also can cause a bunch of irritation and a bunch of problems on your skin that you may not immediately recognize, because if this is a product that you've had in your routine for a while and has always worked for you, you may not realize that that's the product that is upsetting your skin, irritating your skin, throwing your skin out of balance. And so I have actually tried to give this product a chance, I think 3 different times. I have purchased it 3 different times, and it has happened to me every single time. I believe it's lasted, I want to say 3 to 4 weeks before I noticed that the formula is darkening in color. And if you ask Drunk Elephant about this, they're very vague with their answer. They'll always say things like, oh, well, the color is due to the product's natural color and we don't alter the color. But the fact is, it is oxidizing, and that's a huge problem for me. In general, I have found some really amazing ascorbic-based vitamin C serums that are not only less expensive, but also much more stable, which is why I have to say this is a very overhyped product in my opinion, and I think that you should pass. Next up, we have the Belif True Cream Aqua Balm. This is an extremely popular product once again. A lot of people who have combination skin really like this one because it's water-based. It feels really, really good on the skin. My issue with it is it feels really great upon application and it almost immediately evaporates from the skin, and it's not actually going to help increase your hydration levels whatsoever, because the main 3 or 4 ingredients in this ingredient list, and the main ingredients in here are silicone, water, and a high amount of alcohol. Now, I actually don't have a problem with denatured alcohol in of itself. If it's used really strategically, it can actually be really great for helping maintain the efficacy of certain products. It's actually a very misunderstood ingredient. But that being said, I don't like to see it in a moisturizer. I'm okay with seeing alcohol in a serum formula. It can really help the efficacy of the ingredients. It can help with the consistency of the serum. And so if it's formulated really, really beautifully, you shouldn't actually notice a negative effect from the alcohol present in the formula. That being said, I never want to see that as an ingredient in a moisturizer. The whole purpose of a moisturizer is to help increase hydration levels of the skin and help prevent from transepidermal water loss and lock in those ingredients, including those with an oily skin type who would benefit from a water-based moisturizer. So that is another one that I think you should pass on. Up next, we have the GlamGlow Masks. Oh my gosh, are these overpriced? Not only do they not really contain any ingredients in them that I feel would cause any kind of change to your skin, but their entire brand is very much based on these flashy marketing claims that you're going to see instant results. And I would say be wary of brands that claim that you're going to see an immediate difference. I'm talking about their charcoal mask in particular. They have this mask called the Super Mud Charcoal Instant Treatment Mask. You know, if you want to go ahead and exfoliate your skin with a mask, that is totally fine. But then you have a high amount of peppermint oil and perfume and fragrance, and I just think, what's the point? You know what I mean? Just exfoliate your skin separately. Why would you exfoliate your skin at the same time that you're adding all of these essential oils that are just going to irritate it? Stay away from the GlamGlow masks. There are plenty of other mask alternatives that you can look into, and if you'd like to see a video on that, I am happy to do so. All right, last but not least, we have the Badescu facial spray with aloe herbs and rose water. Man, are these sprays popular. I usually would experience a client coming in at least once a week to get these, and they are awful. They're They're not expensive, $12, so you're not gonna break the bank, but you might as well just spray water on your skin, honestly, guys, and it would be better for you. These are filled with fragrance and alcohol, and really this is another example of a brand that really successfully marketed these sprays as nourishing when in fact they really are not. Badescu basically came under fire for putting steroids secretly in one of their moisturizers, and when people stopped using it, they had absolutely disastrous issues with their skin. And so that to me already puts me off, but the fact that these mists are marketed as mists that do something for your skin when in fact they just can't, really bothers me, and I would just stay away, especially if you have acne prone or sensitive skin. It's not going to do anything for you. Just mist your face with a little bit of water before you put on your moisturizer, and I promise that is actually going to be better for you than any of these colored water mists. All right, and before you get so angry with me that you close out of this video, let me tell you the products that I really love that I think are underrated that you should definitely get your hands on, starting with the Ordinary Granactive Retinoid 2% Emulsion. This is such an affordable retinol, and it's amazing for sensitive skin or anyone who is wanting to try out retinol but you're too scared. And the reason for that is it's a very stable and well-formulated retinol ester. So because it's a retinol ester, it means that it's going to take a few different steps before it converts into retinoic acid, which in turn means it's a much more gentle form of retinol. You're gonna see a lot less side effects, including that peeling, that redness, that dryness, that irritation that typically occurs with retinols. In general, I think it's an amazing retinol that all skin types could benefit from, and the formula is really, really nice. It's a thin, viscous serum formula. You really can't go wrong, and the price point is amazing. So I highly, highly recommend it. Definitely reach for any of the Granactive retinoid emulsions that The Ordinary has to offer. All right, next up we have the First Aid Beauty BHA Acne Spot Treatment Gel. This is formulated with 2% salicylic acid, which is really useful for targeting any kind of blemish as it basically cleans out the pore. It's a type of BHA, a beta hydroxy acid, which is very, very helpful for anyone with oily skin. I really like this because in general, I find salicylic acid is always very drying, and that can be kind of annoying, especially if you're using a spot treatment on a pimple. If it's too drying, yes, it kind of dries up the pimple, but then you get that really awful kind of crust that happens around the edges of the pimple, and it's really icky, and it's really hard to make makeup look good over something like that. In general, I find that this is very, very gentle, even though it's formulated with that 2% salicylic acid. So it really does dry out any pimples, but I don't find that it irritates that area in any way. If anything, I would say it really helps kind of with the inflammation in that area, and it does not excessively dry out that pimple to the point where it's kind of crusty and gross. So I think it's a really, really great spot treatment, and it's also pretty affordable. I, in general, really love First Aid Beauty's whole line, and their products are really, really amazing, and this is no different. So if you are looking for a really good spot treatment, definitely reach for this guy. I haven't heard enough people talk about it. Next up, for an underrated product, we have the Inkey Hyaluronic Acid Serum. The reason I really love it is it's very affordable and it's a great consistency. So a lot of affordable hyaluronic acid based serums are kind of sticky and they feel really tight on the skin. And I don't know why that is, but I've noticed that that's the case for a lot of more affordable hyaluronic acid based serums. But this one, it applies really beautifully. It's really thin. It feels really good on the skin, and it's really affordable. So I really feel like you couldn't ask for more. It actually is 1 fluid ounce, even though it looks really, really tiny. The Inkey just didn't spend any extra money kind of boosting up this packaging, but it actually is not super, super small as it actually appears. It's 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty standard when it comes to most serum. I can't sing its praises enough. I think it's it's probably the best affordable hydrating serum that Sephora has and carries. Next up, we have the Ren Evercalm Overnight Recovery Balm. This is a pricier product, but I definitely think it is worth the price and worth the hype. Now, this is a balm that you would put over as the last step in your skincare routine. And the reason I love it is because not only will it kind of seal in all that moisture, it really helps chapped skin, dry patches, dry flakes, but it doesn't feel super greasy on the skin. I can't really explain it. Even though the consistency would suggest that you're going to look so greasy after using it, it weirdly dries. I don't know, it dries down pretty well. So I really love the consistency. I think it's a really sophisticated consistency. You have a lot of really nice oils in here. You're gonna get those fatty acids from different oils. You're gonna get different lipids from activated oils such as olive, almond, borage, linseed. These are really lightweight oils. And then you have a little bit of oils that are more rich like jojoba, sunflower oil, and in general, I find it to be a really, really, really standout product for me. It really helps with any kind of inflammation. And I don't know, it's kind of like my ride or die. I would take this on a plane too because it coats the skin so beautifully and it feels really, really amazing, but it doesn't feel super heavy on the skin. All right, fifth product. This is a little bit less traditional. This is a deodorant just because it is a super underrated product in my opinion. No one likes to talk about deodorant, but it's a very important skincare product. And I find that if I am not using a good deodorant, then my armpits suffer for it, especially if you shave your armpits often. You need a deodorant that's not gonna dry your armpits out. And this is one of my favorite deodorants ever. This is the Kopari coconut oil deodorant. It smells really amazing. It doesn't have an offensive artificial deodorant fragrance, which I personally dislike because it kind of conflicts with whatever perfume I'm wearing. And the reason I like a natural deodorant is, again, I just find a lot of the ones that are traditional dry my armpits out. And if you are shaving, that can just, I don't know, it can cause darkening of the armpits over time. It can cause little ingrown hairs. Basically, it's just not good for your armpit area. And this is such a conditioning deodorant that I actually think that I have noticed a huge difference in a lack of ingrown hairs, a lack of darkness. It keeps everything really moisturized. So that's super important when you have any area of the skin that is in constant contact with another area of your skin. Hydration, hydration, hydration is very important as it's going to prevent chafing and darkening in those areas. So I wanted to give it a shout out and you should definitely try it. All right, you guys, that sums up my overrated products and underrated skincare products at Sephora list. I hope you liked this video. If you disagree with me, you are so entitled to your own opinion. And please remember that skincare is very, very personal and everyone's skin is different. So if your skin loved one of the products on my overrated list, then keep using it. I'm not here to shame anyone or to tell anyone to not do something. You do what you will with the information that I give you. And please comment down below letting me know which products you think are overrated and underrated at Sephora. I would love to know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new here, I hope that you subscribe. I would love to have you, and be sure to go and check out Ramon's video. I can't wait to see what list he came up with, and I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye!